Welcome. I'm Michelle with BeUmbrella.com, and the meditation that I would like to guide you through today comes from this book, The Fine Arts of Relaxation, Concentration, and Meditation. Ancient Skills for Modern Minds. And it was written by Joel and Michelle Levy. So before we go into the meditation, though, which is titled Breathing with All Beings, I'll invite you to get curious about how you want to be in your body during this meditation. Would it be best for you right now to be seated on the ground, perhaps up against a wall, or to be in a chair? Or do you need to lie flat on your back? So I'll invite you again to be curious about this and to come into the position that is going to serve you best for this activity. So now maybe you close the eyes. If closing the eyes would not serve you, maybe you just soften the eyes. Notice, how do you want your hands to be placed? Do you need to feel more grounded? In which case, maybe putting the palms down. Or do you feel like you need to be open and receptive? In which case, I'd invite you to have your hands be facing up. Turning inward, paying attention to your breath now. Really taking this time to prepare yourself to transition from whatever activity you were just doing into this opportunity for healing, for wholeness. As you breathe naturally, bring your awareness to the flow of sensations and the rhythms of your breathing. Notice how each breath, when you attend to it properly, reveals itself as a teacher of change and freedom, flow, and the interconnectedness of all beings and all creation. Notice how with each exhalation you release and offer part of yourself to the world. And how with each inhalation, you are presented with a gift so precious that it sustains your very life. When the time comes that you breathe out and don't breathe in again, this life will end. So may we cherish every breath as precious and know each is worthy of your attention. As you breathe, sense that you are breathing with all those beings around you. Contemplate that you are breathing with your loved ones, with your friends, breathing with the strangers passing by, breathing with your coworkers and colleagues, breathing with all the creatures near and far, with the plants and trees around you that transform the carbon dioxide that you exhale into their own bodies and offer life-giving oxygen in return. Riding the ever-changing waves of your breath, imagine all beings within the atmospheric envelope of our precious planet. With each breath, Each being weaves itself into the fabric of life and affirms its kinship with all living beings. Breathing together with all beings, offer each breath as a wave of blessing. And contemplate now how miraculously the atmosphere of the planet contains approximately the same volume of air as the number of breaths that have ever been breathed. And within each breath are approximately the same number of atoms of oxygen, nitrogen, carbon dioxide, and other molecules as there are the number of breaths in the atmosphere. So, in a sense, with each breath, you breathe in billions of molecules of air plus the inspiration of all beings who have ever breathed upon this earth. Imagine 22,000 breaths a day for a lifetime. Perhaps 720 billion breaths. In a very real sense, with each breath, you receive into yourself some of the same air that was breathed by every great being who has ever walked upon this earth. You breathe with Jesus and with Mary. You breathe with the Buddha. You breathe with Abraham and Sarah, Isaac and Ishmael. You breathe with Mohammed and Joan of Arc, with King Ashoka. You breathe with Plato, Newton, and Einstein, with Ben Franklin and Black Elk, with Confucius, Rumi, Saint Francis. You breathe with the Dalai Lama and the Pope, with Gandhi, Martin Luther King Jr., Nelson Mandela, and Mother Teresa. You breathe with Dorothy Day and Emma Goldman. You breathe with your great-great-grandparents and with infinite ancestors reaching back into the depths of time. And you send your breath on to be a source of inspiration for your great-great-grandchildren and generations to come. Sensing the presence of these and countless inspiring beings of the past, the present, and the future, rest in the flow of this exquisite contemplation. Allow yourself to become even more attentive now to the flow of your breath, to the natural receiving and radiating pulse of each precious breath. Mindful of yourself breathing with all beings, Consider the possibility that with each breath, you can draw the inspiration that you most need in this moment, in this situation, and in any moment and any situation. Imagine that the intentions you hold in mind, the prayers and yearnings of your heart, and the challenges of the situations that you are facing, they all blend to tune your consciousness and your energy system to align with the frequencies and the inspirations that are most in tune with your needs in that moment. Whatever you need, peace, clarity, courage, hope. Imagine that as you breathe, that you can be inspired by those qualities. It's like when you drop a stone in a pool and the ripples go out to the very edge of that space, and then they ripple back again to the center where the original impulse began, in a way that completes and fulfills that initial impulse. As you inhale, pause to sense and envision the billions of atoms of air soaking into your bloodstream and being carried to nourish, energize, and truly bless every cell and fiber of your body. As you exhale, pause to envision that through the power of your prayerful intent and imagination, you imbue the energy bundles of each atom and molecule of air with the signature frequencies that carry your unique blessings. Imagine the offering of your breath turning the trees greener, sweetening their fruit, and bringing joy to everyone who is touched by your offerings. Envision that each breath is offered as a blessing to the countless beings who will have the good fortune to breathe with you in the moments and ages to come upon this vast and precious world. Let yourself become a great cosmic air purifier, purifying any negative energies held in the air you breathe, and offering a bundle of blessings to all beings with each exhalation. Our meditation is coming to a close for now. I invite you, as you rise from this meditation and as you move into whatever next activity it is that you're going to do today, that you allow the ever-flowing waves of breath to remind you of this contemplation that you just practiced. And I invite you to continue to breathe with and for all beings, receiving and radiating with each breath. Thank you for gathering with me today. Namaste and Amen.